Check, check, check. All right, now we're up and loaded. My apologies. Welcome back to How to Trade. I'm Shane Vernier. Jeffy, good to see you. This is sort of a holiday here in the United States. What that exactly means is it means that the markets are closed. The markets are closed for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and they're also closed for the Trump inauguration. So we've put out a lot of material on. A lot of material on the Trump inauguration. There's all sorts of things that could play into the equation for some asset pricing. Right now, believe it or not, the markets are closed. Stocks are closed, but we're seeing some action on the futures markets. I'm looking at the dollar index. The dollar index has given back quite a bit here, over 1%. You've also got natural gas on the move. You've got U.S. oil on the move. You've got gold on the move. I'm going to show you exactly what the dangers of trading on a holiday session are, and that's it really is evident when I look at gold futures on about a 5-minute chart. So, yeah, it's not voicing out. Yeah, no, I hear you, Emmanuel. I got it. Yeah, what happened is the settings when it comes to OBS and live streaming. It's always a tech issue. There's always something. And I'm not kidding you. I'm going to blame the cold weather here. It's negative 17 below Fahrenheit right now. I'm in Dillon, Montana. It seems like when it gets this cold, everything fails. It got very cold in here last night. I'm wearing a jacket. I'm jacking it up, just trying to stay warm in here. I got the heaters going. But I'm not trading today. And I'm going to show you why. We're going to talk about holiday trading. I'm going to show you some gold. I'm going to show you our trade of the week. We're launching a new series on Forex Signals TV. If you guys don't follow us there, be sure to check it out. A lot of material there. And we're going to go ahead and do the trade of the week. And this week it's going to be the dollar yen because BOJ gets involved on Thursday. So that's absolutely huge. Mark Corp, good to see you. No worries. Yeah, we had some technical issues to begin. Jeanette, good to see you. Jeanette, welcome. All right, Jay, Ivy, glad I can join your stream. Always a pleasure, Ivy. Jeffy, good to see you. All right, guys, let's go ahead and see what we can get going here. Remember, if you need a place to trade, Switch Markets is a good place to begin. If you're looking to trade something like the Bitcoin USD, Switch has you covered. This is absolutely unbelievable. We're seeing price action across some assets in anticipation of the inauguration. Now, a lot of folks believe that because today is a holiday that the markets aren't going to move, and I never said that. I said you got to be real careful on a day like today because the markets are very, very thin. I'm going to give you a great example of gold here in a second, but look at what's happened to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is absolutely up and rolling. We're up around 107.5. I sort of put it out on X last night, or actually the days all run together probably about a half hour ago or an hour ago. I believe Bitcoin's going to go to 125,000. I think it's going to happen fast. And the reason why is there's really no resistance up here. Now, when you're in a trending market like Bitcoin, you got to understand that really the only thing that's going to slow price down are big round numbers. And why would that be the case? Because everybody has an opinion from a big round number. Everybody. Remember, in the market, we have two things we can do at any given time. Well, three things, but two things. We either buy it or we sell it, or we stay neutral on the sidelines, which is what we should be doing most of the time. But we buy it or we sell it. So when Bitcoin hits $100,000, the question for me, do I buy it or sell it? Your question's the same. Do I buy it or sell it? Do I think 100,000? Do I buy it? Do I sell it? What do I do? And you can see right here, we had some compression inside of this circle right around 100,000. Now, no one will ever really convince me that compression was about anything other than just a big key number. It's just a debate, guys. Remember, that's all a market is. It's just a debate. It's I'm buying, you're selling, who's going to win? How much do I want to buy? How much do you want to sell? Like a poker game. We go round and around the table and we keep betting until somebody wins. The market goes a certain way. That really is what it's all about. And so when I look at 100,000, I say clearly compression. 2-month compression right around 100,000. That's over now. We've broken above 100. Do I think the same thing is going to happen at 110? No, I do not. Nope. I think the next area maybe of a month compression, 6 weeks compression, is going to be up there at 100 and a quarter. And that's, I'm not telling anybody to buy Bitcoin right now because, anything can happen. But I really don't see any way that we don't keep going higher and higher and higher, especially if the new Trump administration makes good on their promises of opening a new Bitcoin reserve. This is really crazy times in finance. We're going to have some great trading this year. But, we're going to have to watch our P's and Q's and make sure we get good trade location. So when I talk about trade location, what does that really mean? Well, it means that it's pretty obvious we want to be long Bitcoin. The problem is where can we get in? We had a trade idea not too long ago that was a great one. We just didn't quite get elected by about $5,000, which It's tough. We wanted about an 85, 86,000 buy, and it went to 89,000. We just didn't quite get it. But right in there, take a look at that. This one came across the board yesterday. Nice high, nice intraday high, bang, bang. We go right down there today, Inauguration Day, pull back to 99.7, and then we've exploded. We've exploded 8,000. Now think about that, $8,000. That's a lot of money. It can be very, very good. That's 8%. That's 8% this morning. That's unbelievable. These are unbelievable returns. Clearly, big money players are involved. Everybody's on the Bitcoin train. Do I want to buy it right now at 107? No, not really. We've got to wait. We're going to have to wait for a pullback. And, that's the way that I trade. If you guys just want to dive into the cash markets or just make a play right now, make it to the long side. You don't want to be short here because you could really get torn apart being short. But take a look at every retracement that we're seeing. Goes right to 38%, and then it bounces right there. Again, 4-hour chart. Bang, bang, pull back, gone. This is a highly, highly volatile situation, and it's all bullish. I genuinely don't believe there's any rules for crypto anymore. There's no rules for Bitcoin. This thing can go as high as you could ever imagine. It could be trading at $500,000 by the end of the year. We don't know. We don't know. I would say that 9 out of 10 people don't even know what the heck a Bitcoin is, including me. I don't really know what it is. I know that it's an electronic store of wealth. It was supposed to be a mode of transfer from a decentralized, sort of undermine the banks with a decentralized mode of transfer that's 100% secure. The problem is there aren't enough Bitcoin now to make it a mode of transfer. That leaves us to the altcoins. And we're going to be talking more about altcoins because some of them are absolutely exploding. And this is a crazy time to be in crypto. If you were a crypto bull and you went through all the bear markets and all the bankruptcies and all the jazz, all the bank failures, the crypto bank failures, and you're on the right side of this, I got to tell you, you knocked it out of the park. You had a hell of a lot more faith than I did. Full disclosure, I was long. If you watched any of my old streams, I know there's a few friendly faces in the room that have been here for a while. This was my play a couple of years ago with Shiba. I loved Shiba. Where did I love Shiba from? Down in here. I loved it from right about 10. And you can see just a massive explosion. Where did I get out at? Right around 12. Look where it is now. Crypto's crazy right now. I think that you could see a major upside. That's about all I'm going to say about crypto. I think that the bull market, though, has just begun. Just be sure that you watch your entry points. Be patient. It always pays to wait. Wait, and then wait a little bit more. These markets haven't gotten away from you just yet. We can do this as traders. As investors, we missed out on the big, easy money. We did. But as traders, we can still make money on this stuff. We just wait for our pullbacks, understand our trend, understand our mechanics, and then get in and get after it. That's about all there is to it. Let me see, Emmanuel. Why are all the USD pairs moving so fast like there's major news? Well, you have limited liquidity because, I'm going to show you right now. You have limited liquidity because of the market closure, MLK Day. You've also got Trump Inauguration. There's a lot going on. There really is a lot going on. Let's get after it. All right, our trade follow-up for today. There wasn't a new trade on Friday. I felt like it was irresponsible putting out a trade idea with the market closure because something like this can happen. Something like this can happen where we don't understand what the market dynamic is. We just understand that life is volatile right now in the markets, and a lot of that's because there's no liquidity. Very limited liquidity means you can get big sweeps. That means somebody can come in and sweep the market one way or the other. Gold futures, it happened. I'm going to show you that, I promise, here in a second. Performance. Here's the performance on our trade ideas. Sort of charting this for the moment. You'll notice a lot of NAs. NAs mean that these are mostly Fibonacci trades, and the Fibonacci sequences get knocked out, and then we have to reset our sequence and build another trade. You'll see that, what do we got? About 4 NAs and 3 trades, and we've got a couple still active live on the board. I'm interested. I'm interested in, maybe adding some more pips. I want that Aussie CAD buy. I'm disappointed we missed out on the U.S. dollar Canadian buy. That's unfortunate. That pair absolutely went to the moon. But we're gonna get an opportunity to trade these things. We're just gonna have to be patient. As far as 3 trades thus far in a couple weeks, that's not uncommon. Remember, I'm looking for a high winning percentage. I'm not looking to take huge moves, and I'm not looking to make 1 million trades. The 1 million trades come in when we're intraday scalping on futures. To be honest with you, the other day I took like 25 trades, and what was my end product? I beat commissions by a few dollars. It wasn't that great of a time. Believe me, you'll make more money limiting your number of trades and getting in when the market's good. That's the key to trading. When you start over trading, I wouldn't say I was over trading, but I was definitely aggressive and didn't really get much of anywhere. hit about 60% for the day, took one loss and then a bunch of winners, and ended up walking away profitable. But boy, that's hard work. Man, that's hard work. In any case, right here, week 3, this is what we got. Inauguration Day, MLK Day. Today, liquidity providers are back. That's going to start this afternoon. Futures open right around 6 p.m. Eastern. You're going to get that futures market open. We're going to get big moves because there's going to be a slew of executive orders signed today, and it's going to be really a big deal. We're going to go over that in a second, too. And then Wednesday's quiet. No real news items. API crude oil stocks, that's not going to do much, but it's going to be very quiet on Wednesday. I'm looking forward to Wednesday. I believe we're going to get a big move tomorrow, maybe some trending markets. Wednesday, we're going to settle down, maybe be able to trade some rotation. I'm going to love Wednesday. Thursday is going to be another premium trading day. Jobless claims, EIA report, really nothing it's going to shake us up too bad. Friday, Bank of Japan interest rate decision. That's during the U.S. overnight on Friday. That's big. That right there is big. That's going to shake up your dollar yen. It's going to be absolutely interesting. That was our trade of the week over there on Forex Signals TV. I broke down what I thought was a pretty darn good resistance level, some historical tops. So check that out. I dropped it in the live chat there with the link if you want the link. Or just go over to Forex Signals TV, and it's got a new video. That would be the newest video we just put out. Just put it out about a few minutes ago. All right, so that's the week. Holiday trading. This is absolutely imperative that we understand holiday trading and what can happen. It's basically a function of inefficient markets, market inefficiencies. And what I mean by that is you don't have a balanced ledger, meaning there's not as many participants in the market. And what can happen is you fall victim to big block orders. And there was 2 that hit the market today in gold futures that really drove it down in a big way. I'm going to show you that. But what it is limited liquidity. So there isn't as many players in the market. So there's not as many orders hitting the queue. And there's not as much of that real tight pricing efficiency, meaning the process of price discovery is when we price an asset. That means you believe it's worth something and I believe it's worth something. I buy it, you sell it. Whoever wins drives price up or down. Essentially, that's the concept behind price discovery. Now, during holidays, price discovery is inefficient, means the markets aren't real big. They're thin. And when you have a shallow, thin market, you get a lot of times big moves that are irrational. Now, can you make a lot of money trading on holidays? Yeah. But is the risk profile big? It's huge. It's huge because your technicals don't necessarily mean much. It's all about when those orders hit the market. So limited liquidity, not good for us, not good for retail traders. Slippage, spreads. The spreads are big today. We'll look at a few of those here in just a second. Spreads can really hurt you, but slippage, getting your price, your entry and exit price, is probably going to take some effort because if I want to buy, it's not a guarantee that there's a bunch of sellers lined up against me. So I'm going to have to go looking for a seller, and typically that means I'm going to have to move my price around. I don't want to do that. I don't need to do that. We can make more money tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday than we can trading 100 holiday sessions. So we've got to be very, very careful with what we do on holidays. I don't believe in trading them. I think that you got a real challenge in front of you with the liquidity. Wide spreads. Spreads can be absolutely crazy on a day like today. You got to be very careful. It was Emmanuel's question. I mean, it's a good question. Why are all USD pairs moving so fast like there's major news? Well, there is major news, and the news is there's no liquidity in the market. That's the news. You've got Inauguration Day. You've got a holiday. But you also have players in there that are dictating. They're moving this market. They're hunting stops today. That's the honest truth. They're hunting stops. They're knocking retail traders out today. I don't want any part of that game. I play games I can win. I want you guys to play games you can win too. See a game you can win today. Maybe you win, maybe you lose. I don't want any part of it. Let's see. Choppy price action, chaotic price action is the norm. So what do I mean by all that? This is gold futures. This is a 1-minute chart. COMEX gold futures. I believe this is the March contract. No, February. Okay, we're going to be rolling over this gold relatively soon too. We'll be watching that as well. But this right in here, take a look at our volumes. So we go right here. We get a sweep of about 2,000 contracts in a minute. That's a sweep. Then we come right back with what volume? 376. We go from 2,000 to 376. That means that the volume isn't there. Huge sweep. What happened to price? Price fell almost, 0.13%? That's a huge range. The high of that price bar was 27.49.9. The low was 27.44. That's huge. That's a $5 range in 1 minute. 10 bucks a tick? What is that, 55 ticks? That's a $500 sweep against you in 1 minute. And it gets better. Take a look at this. Why do you think that they stepped in? You have real compression right there. Somebody just stepped in at 27.50 and said, I'm going to bury the market. And that's what happened. It's that simple. It's that simple. So You get a rebound. Okay, the market dries up and you rebound, and then what happens? They come in and keep hitting you. The volumes stay relatively low, and then right here, you start to get an uptick, 957. Look at that, 957, but look at the range on that 1 minute bar. The high is there is 27.42, the low, that's an $8 range. That's an $8 range in 1 minute. How can it move that far if only 957 contracts changed hands? They were all sellers. There was no buyers. Nobody was buying. And if there's no buyers in the market, that means that the price can absolutely fall to whatever it may be. Same as with Bitcoin. If there's nobody selling their Bitcoin, if nobody's taking profits or nobody's shorting on the derivatives markets, what happens to Bitcoin? It just keeps going up until the people start getting out. That's the market. Holiday trading can really hurt you. This one right here, though, this is sort of the candle that's interesting to me. 2,700 contracts traded in 1 minute. That's a staggering amount. And what happened? Looks like you might have put your bottom in right there. So what did we do? Where was our bottom at? Where's the low of this market? Low was 27.22. So you got some bidders. My guess is the bidding really started right around that quarter handle, and that's exactly what happened. And you pretty much established a bottom. Now we're testing that quarter area, 23, 22-ish, testing that intraday low. My guess is we're going to settle right up in here somewhere, and you'll notice that the volumes are just way down, 80, 96. I think the bottom's probably in. Doesn't mean I want to hold longs. I'm not interested in that. So that's a good illustration of what can happen with holiday trading. Be very, very careful. Very, very careful. Moses, good to see you, Moses. All right, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at some technicals that we're looking at. We got a few other things that we need to cover here, and most of it's news, but we got a game plan to get ready for the week ahead. Like I said, it's 18 below here. You got to have hot coffee and a heater going or you're not going to make it. All right. Let's see. Gold. This is going to be our spot gold futures. We're going to be looking at a lot of this. You'll notice on my tote board right here, a lot of the pricing data is not coming in. That's sort of indicative of a holiday. It doesn't happen every holiday, but there's been more pricing data errors with just streaming data. A lot of that has to do with not wanting to really commit themselves. The brokers not wanting to commit themselves via spread or the data. That's fascinating to me. Why would there be no data today? There should be. You guys have data. I have some data. I don't have it all, though. Chicanery. All right, gold, spot gold market. Daily chart right here. We had a nice big run up. We had a pullback, beautiful pullback on Friday, right to that 38% and then a bounce. So we've got gold sort of moving north. Right now, 27.08. Somewhere in there. We're still very bullish here, the gold market. But for me, the big picture is what's happening here on the monthly. And I'm very interested in, when exactly we break above last month's high. I mean, January is almost in the books. We only got about, it's 31 days. So what do we have, about 7 sessions left? About 9 sessions, somewhere in there, 8 sessions before we're done. And you can see we've almost traded completely. Well, we have traded inside of December, but we're waiting for the break. And when exactly do we get our breakout above December's high? December's high is 27.26.18. We put in a top right there, 27.24.80. I was taking shots late last week trying to get this break in the futures market going in, thinking we were going to break it. Didn't happen. So right now we're still in rotation. This is a textbook bullish pennant. Be very careful here. If you're shorting, I understand. Believe me, I wanted to short this breakout. I wanted to short beneath December's low and potentially get a pullback based on higher interest rates. And really, we already have a ceasefire. Trump's not in office yet, and you have a ceasefire in the Middle East. I expect there to be a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine by late February. I think they're going to cut a deal there. Those are bearish market drivers for gold. The problem we have is right now gold's going up. But is it really going up? Not really. It's up 3.5% or 3.25% this month. That's not huge with regards to where we've been. We've traded absolutely flat. There was your big November pullback, December compression. Now we've got January compression. Does January trade inside of December? I don't believe it. No way. So right there, you've got sort of a bullish pennant. I would definitely be careful if I was holding shorts. However, if you are holding shorts, I understand. That's sort of your bullish pennant, something like that. If you are holding shorts, I understand, but you got to stop yourself out. If in fact you've got a position, be very careful above December's high, because if something does happen, bang, we're going to go to 3,000 in a hurry. If you see a terrorist attack today, if you see anything crazy today happen because it's Inauguration Day, you're going to see a big bump in gold. So be very careful if you're holding shorts. I think that's really a tough trade to take right now. It could definitely be problematic. All right, the other one that I want to look at here is U.S. oil. U.S. oil, it shouldn't be any surprise to anybody that we open the week on a negative note with U.S. oil. We're going to have some executive orders, and that's going to be really a big deal. I mean, this is the story of the day, and energy and Trump go hand in hand. Right here, you're going to get sworn in here at about noon, so about another hour and a half. They're going to have the big ceremony. They're going to swear Trump in as the next president, the 47th president of the United States, and this really is what we're looking at. The impact of this on the markets is going to be profound because there are executive orders, supposedly at least 50. There's been reports of 50 to 100. Now you're deploying military to the border. You're doing all sorts of stuff. A blizzard of executive orders. These will impact the markets. There's no question about it. They're going to impact the markets. Record number of executive orders. I mean, we're all waiting. You're going to see something in regards to energy. You're going to see something that addresses the energy. Is it bearish? Is it bullish? Markets believe it's bearish. Why would it be bearish? Because we may be opening up new leases. That's a big deal. We may be trying to get the Keystone Pipeline going. That's a big deal. I think you could definitely say that maybe the top is in for WTI Crude for the next 6 weeks. However, I like my technicals. I like them a lot. 38% right there, 75.50, big round number, 75.50. I'm looking to grab a long right there. Right now we're trading 76.24, 25. The executive orders could definitely send this market directional, especially if it's, hey, we're going to recommission the Keystone Pipeline, or we're going to expand. He can sign a number of executive orders expanding drilling into the Arctic. You can do a lot of different things today. I fully expect there to be an executive order addressing the energy market. In my opinion, I believe that's why we're off 1.5% today in WTI Crude. But that's the weekly level I'm watching. There's going to be a trade idea put out later today. It's probably going to face U.S. oil. We're not going to take a position from 75.50, but what we are going to do is probably scalp it. Maybe 75.59s, looking for 84s, something like that. Nice 25 pip. I want to be conservative with this trade because if, in fact, we get a big executive order that says, yeah, we're going to dump 3 million barrels a day somehow on the Cushing markets, Cushing, Oklahoma, that's the big hub here in the United States for WTI. If something like that is to happen, you're going to see big one. You're going to see a big pullback. Doesn't mean we can't scalp from here, and from here. I'm more than happy to do that all day long, and will be this week. So we just got to wait and see how things pan out. Remember, if you want some of these ideas in real time, as the market develops and breaking news and things, we do our best to we live stream here on X as well. But you can see that we put out some trade ideas and things and videos that we've put out. There's a lot here. So if you haven't followed us, if you're not on X, and you haven't followed us on X, be sure to check out How to Trade on X. It's a small community. We've only got like 55 followers or whatever, but that's okay. We're just looking to sort of put some trade ideas out and maybe help you in a little bit, I would say real time. If we see a big event or a big trade or something, we'll throw it out on X, and you can definitely see us there. So you're going to want to check that one out eventually if you're interested in potentially grabbing a trade idea when it's readily available. All right, Great Britain pound Japanese yen. This week, the trade of the week faces the dollar yen. We put that out on Forex Signals TV. Be sure to check that out. And it deals with the dollar yen. I'm going to sort of show you a little bit about that. But the Great Britain pound yen also in play. Now, the reason why the Japanese yen has really been putting on a show against these global currencies is because we believe that they're going to raise interest rates. Now, I'm going to talk about this a lot as the week goes on. There's no real reason for us to really unpack it right this minute. But we are going to talk a lot about what happens if the Japanese raise their interest rates to the highest level in 17 years. I believe the yen is going to definitely make a comeback from where it has been. But right now, until I actually see it, until I actually see the BOJ step up to the plate and knock that out of the park, I'm still looking to play my technicals. Great Britain pound Japanese yen. We missed this one not too long ago. We had a nice pullback sell. I'm looking at this pullback. Beautiful weekly level right there. Let's see if we can dial that in a little bit more exact. Spike high there, spike low. There's your pullback, something like that. 38%, 192.98-ish. So I'd probably be selling 89s. I'm going to be conservative with it. That's about 100 pips north. but my entry point's probably going to be right around 89, something like that. I don't want to get caught up in something crazy just in case the BOJ comes out and announces something early, or if they, in fact, intervene in the Forex market. So, once again, we're going to be cautious to start the week, but I do like that trade idea as well, and we may give that a shot tomorrow or the next day. I'm watching it closely, but we got about 100 pips. And that might be the trade of the day. I really like that one. That's a pretty good one, too. So we're going to be watching that one. Now, the trade of the week this week, if, in fact, you didn't see the video yet over on Forex Signals, this was a beautiful pullback. We talked a lot about this. We actually got this trade, went right up and got our take profit. We had a nice long right in there. We hit that one pretty good. Now, as far as what are we looking at from this juncture on, well, I mean, the basic analytics that I outline on the video really isn't anything that I do. It's just a very basic, let's see if we can find a layout here. It's just a very basic look at, let's see right here. Just some technicals. Well, this isn't it. This is for this week's video. In any case, the basic premise of the analysis was going to be, we've got a 5,200. So let's go ahead. I'll just adjust this for you right now. Indicators, technicals, go to moving averages right here. Let's just go to simple. Let's go ahead and that's the great thing about trading view is you can just do stuff like this, turn everything off. Okay, so what we want to do here is we just want a basic golden cross. So if we're going to dial in a golden cross, we just have to adjust our inputs. We've got a simple. Let's go ahead and go with a 200. Remember, a golden cross EMA is a simple moving average that's a 200 and a 50. So we'll just do this in real time and see if we can iron it out here. Okay, right here. This is relatively easy to do. Just sort of trying to do it fast can mess you up. Okay, 50, style. Let's see, style right here. MA, I want a different color so I can see. And then right here, we'll have that. So let's go to a daily chart here. And I'll show you exactly what I mean by your golden cross. Okay, there was our golden cross. Okay, that occurred back in December, right there, December 13th. Big crossover. Bang, nice big crossover right there. That means that essentially the long-term investors were going long the dollar yen. Now, you can hold longs right now. There's no problem with that. You can hold longs. But what I was really looking at is potentially getting a little bit better. I wanted a little bit better entry point before I went short because I think that we can start talking about shorting the yen, especially if the BOJ does something. So the first place that I was looking on this analysis was our 2024's high, which is right up there at 161.95. But I'm also looking at the big round number, the key number of about 160. That's not exact, but in any case, this is what I would call our kill zone. And what I mean by that is we've got a yearly top. We've got a big round number at 160. I'm looking to sell somewhere right in this zone. I believe there's going to be two-way price action in that area. I would be very surprised if, in fact, we swept high and we just blew this out, especially with the BOJ doing what they're going to do. So I think that we've got a chance to maybe get a rally. It's only about, 320 pips or so away, and you know how the yen moves. The yen moves crazy. And if you do take a look at your daily chart, today's a holiday, and you still got a pretty good range of over 100 pips. So I think on tomorrow's open, if in fact we get sort of an overreaction, maybe the BOJ, maybe some rumors come out that say, hey, the BOJ is not going to hike rates, then we'll have an opportunity potentially to take that trade of the week and sell from right up there. I believe I can't remember the exact entry. I think it was 160.50 or maybe 160.25. But I want to be short from or it was 159.75. We're going to short right in front of this zone, put our stop loss right in the middle, and really expect a nice pullback. And I think we've got a good opportunity to hit that one. So long-term technicals, the 5,200 day, that's a golden cross. That's a vintage golden cross right there. Is long, and you can see as soon as they saw this crossover, traders went long, and they got a nice big run. Now you've got the pullback. Now potentially we make another leg up right into our shorting area. I like this market dynamic. I think we're in pretty good shape this week. All right, everybody, that's about a wrap for today. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. I think tomorrow is going to be an absolutely fantastic trading day. I hope that it warms up a little bit. I've got to probably charge the battery in my car. I imagine that it's dead. I mean, it gets so cold, even in the garage, your battery will go dead. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and break down these markets. You'll have a trade idea a little bit later today. And once again, remember, if you don't know where we're at, we're at How to Trade Com on YouTube. Check those videos out. We dropped one on the orb, the opening range breakout strategy. It's actually fairly popular over the weekend, got a lot of views. So there's a lot of folks watching that. We're going to talk about how to trade the orb strategy probably a little bit later this week. I'm going to outline maybe an opening range breakout that potentially we can execute a trade on. And then this week, we're going to have another one dropping on our How to Trade YouTube, and it's going to be on it's going to be using ChatGPT and AI on how to code that 920 EMA strategy. You're not going to want to miss that one. And then today we put out our weekly trade, our trade of the week for Inauguration Week. That's over on Forex Signals TV. So if you're interested in exactly how to execute this dollar-yen trade, be sure to check it out. All right, everybody, I want to thank you for joining me. Remember, today is a holiday. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I don't want to see anybody get hurt today. Tomorrow's when you want to be in. I know Jeanette trades down under there, so I'm interested. I'm going to be in the saddle tonight watching the Electronic Open, and I'll also be watching the Tokyo Open and the Australian Open as well, because I think you're going to see a flood of volume and a flood of liquidity come back into the markets after about 6 p.m. Eastern here in the United States, and I think you're going to see some moves. So we'll have a trade idea out a little bit later today. And other than that, check out the videos. We'll be back tomorrow with a live stream. Business is picking up, that's for sure. Interesting day to be alive, that's for darn sure. And I just got to stay warm. As long as I stay warm, we'll be in business. All right, everybody, have a fantastic trading day. Trade the action well, and we'll talk soon. See ya.